Welcome to the video, my precious princesses, my wonderful knights, and fabulous beings. Today I will be reading a Haikyu fanfiction by Blueberries called Name. You giggle happily as you dig around in the sandbox. Though your attempt at building a sandcastle has failed, you stayed optimistic and do whatever. However, you stop playing when you hear the sound of shifting sand behind you. You turn around and see a curly-haired blonde boy piling sand up. He looks up at you, and the two of you stare at each other. You hesitantly hold up a hand and wave, and he returns the action with a bright smile. He walks over to you quickly and plops down next to you. Hi, I'm Tsukishima K, but you can call me K. Nice to meet you, he says happily while sticking his hand out for you to shake. You introduce yourself as well, with a smile and a handshake. Ah! Your name's on my wrist, look! He yells as he pulls up his sleeve and points to his wrist. Whoa, hey look, your name's on mine as well! You yell in excitement. Kay grabs your wrist and tugs you to where your mother and another woman are sitting. Mom, look! We have each other's names on our wrists. Isn't that so cool? Kay yells excitedly. You nod happily at your mother, who's looking at the two of you in surprise. The two women look at each other and begin to whisper. Already? Isn't this too early? Your mom says quietly. I'm not sure. I've never seen this happen before, Kay's mom says back. The two of them smile at you both after talking. That's amazing, sweetie. Now, let's go home. Your brother is waiting. Kay. No. Kay. No. Kay. I said no. Why not? You whine as you roll around on the blonde's bed. He sighs in irritation and gets up from his desk to get closer to you. You look up at him with puppy dog eyes, though it doesn't seem to work on him. He stares at you for a few seconds before reaching down and flicking your forehead. Of course, it wasn't that hard, but you still have to be dramatic. Kay, that hurt. As payment, let me come to your volleyball game tonight. You whine loudly. He sighs again and flops down on the bed next to you. You roll over and throw yourself over his torso. You're still not coming, he says as he ruffles your hair. You grunt at the blonde and roll off of him. You shriek in panic as you roll too far and feel yourself begin to tilt off the bed, though you feel two arms wind around your waist to stop you. Kay hoists you back onto the bed next to him and growls lowly. Just stop moving around for a bit, he says lazily as he pulls you closer to him and curls around you. You look away from the male as your face flushes a slight red from his cuddling. Though you are used to this sort of behavior, it never fails to make you jittery. You breathe quietly to calm yourself down before slipping into sleep. When you wake up, Kay's not there. You frown and look at his desk. A small piece of paper lies there, and you pick it up. I went to go practice for my game. I'll be back after it's over. Kay. You look around for your phone and find it under your pillow. After squinting against the bright light, you see it's almost 7, making you shoot up and gather your things. You would go to his game, whether he wants you to or not. He never lets you come to his games, but you are about to change that. You check yourself in the mirror and grab a hat before shouting to his mom that you were leaving. She yells back something, though you're already out the door when she responds. You walk to the school quietly and bust through the side doors to the gym. The game had just begun, and you find a seat close to the front. You tug Kay's baseball hat closer to your face and watch the game in anticipation. Hey, who's this game against? You ask the person next to you. They look at you in surprise before pointing at the purple team. This is a match before nationals are decided. Krasno is going against that team, Shiratorizawa, they say before giving their attention back to the game. You nod and redirect your attention to the game as well. Your eyes widen as you watch Kei block a really tall and strong-looking guy with brownish-green hair. You cheer loudly with the crowd, though you stop when you see him holding his hand with a look of pain. You watch as he's led off of the court and to what you presume the nurse's office. You shoot up and quickly make your way out of the gym in search of him. You finally find something labeled nurse's office and open the door slightly to peek in. However, you quickly close the door and turn away from the room. A beautiful brunette had been sitting next to Kei and holding his hurt hand. You quickly shuffle away back to the stands. It's fine. It's fine. It's not like I'm dating him. We're just soulmates, it's all. I'm fine. Everything's fine. You watch the game in anticipation as Kurasuno stays neck and neck with Shiratorizawa. Eventually, Kei comes back and you sink lower in your seat to avoid being seen. As the game goes on, you can only watch Kei, who plays amazingly even with a hurt hand. In the end, Kurasuno comes out victorious, and you cheer along with the rest of the crowd. As everyone files out, you quickly slip through everyone in search of Kei. You turn a corner and spot him standing with the rest of the team. And you go to shout his name. You stop in your tracks. However, when you see his slender arms wrap around his neck, his eyes widen in shock and he's pulled down and kissed by the brunette. You let out a choking noise and he looks up in your direction. You rip around as tears run down your face and slip through the crowd. Shouts of protest are yelled from behind you and you speed up and end up on the other side of the crowd. You wipe your tears as you walk, though you jump when you feel someone grab your wrist. "What are you doing?" he says breathlessly. Your breath hitches and you tug at your wrist. "Going home, why?" you say quietly. "Why are you crying?" he asks bluntly. Your eyes widen and you tug your wrist out of his grip violently. "Oh, no reason, you know. It's definitely not a stab to the heart seeing your soulmate kiss someone else, but I guess we're nothing more than best friends," you say with venom. His eyes widen significantly, though his aren't the only ones. You gasp loudly and cover your mouth with your hands. "Kei, I didn't mean to say that. But what does it matter if we're soulmates?" he says. You look up at him in surprise, and your eyes begin to water again. "What?" I said, "Does it matter if we're soulmates?" "Well, it does to me. I thought it did to you as well, but I guess I was wrong." "Goodbye, Kei," you say as you spin around. "Wait, it wasn't done. It doesn't matter if we're soulmates or not, because either way I would still love you. So it shouldn't be hurtful just because we're soulmates, but because you love me. I couldn't care less if someone else was my soulmate. I'd still choose you a million times over. It's just some useless title to me, and is in no reason responsible for what I feel for you," he says quietly. You turn around and look at Kei to see him staring at you. "Why were you kissing that girl?" "That girl kissed me. She suddenly started coming around practice and bugging me constantly." "Why can I never come to your games?" "I'm not confident in volleyball, so I didn't want you to see me play yet." You breathe out in relief and Kei approaches you. He grabs your chin and pulls your face up to look at you as he begins to wipe away your tears. "Hey, you know I love you, right?" he says quietly. You smile at him and nod your head. "Good," he whispers as he leans down towards you and kisses you. You walk to Kei's classroom for lunch with food for the two of you to eat. As you slide open the door, you see the brunette girl hugging an annoyed Kei tightly. You smirk and walk towards Kei and the girl. She looks up at you in irritation while Kei smiles at you. "Hey, darling," you say sweetly and scoot yourself between the girl and Kei. You lay a light kiss on his cheek and give him a side hug. The brunette goes to say something to you before Kei rubs his head affectionately on top of yours. The girl's eyes widen and she gasps in shock. You smirk at her and wink before snuggling Kei back. She storms away and the two of you snicker quietly and begin to eat your lunch. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed your time here, please be sure to like the video. If you would care to hear more, please consider subscribing. And farewell for now, my loves.